Hey, what's going on, guys? So if you are a small to medium sized UK based business and you're currently looking for a credit card, in my opinion, by far the best option available at the moment is a Capital on Tap 1% cashback credit card. And in this video, I want to explain why I think it's better than the alternatives available at the moment. I'll also talk about a couple of the cons because there are some. And then finally, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll talk about how you can get £75 completely free when you sign up for a Capital on Tap credit card. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So guys, if you're not currently using a business credit card for all of your business expenses, I would highly recommend switching over from using your debit card to a credit card for all of your business expenses, because there's going to be three big advantages to using a credit card over your debit card. The first advantage is that you're going to have improved cash flow. Obviously, with using a debit card, you're only able to spend the money your business actually has in its account at the time. And when you've got money held up in stock and other things, it's quite difficult to grow your business. So by using a credit card, you can actually spend money that your business doesn't have at the time, but you know you're going to have in the near future. And then you have 30 to 60 days interest-free credit before you actually have to pay that credit back. So that can really help with cash flow. With the Capital on Tap credit card, you have 56 days interest-free credit. So you're really at the upper end of the range that you tend to see with credit cards, which is great. The second advantage of using a credit card over a debit card is that all of those purchases are actually protected when you buy on credit card. If you buy something on a debit card and then the seller doesn't actually send you that stock, or the products that you receive are not as described, there's not really any way to get that money back unless the seller actually refunds you for that money. If you use a credit card, all of those purchases are actually protected. So you can contact your credit card provider and ask them to get the money back for you. They'll do something called a chargeback, and often they can actually get that money back for you. So that's the second advantage of using a credit card. The third and final advantage, and why I'd always recommend using a credit card over a debit card, is that when you use a credit card, you actually gain rewards and bonuses, which you just don't get when you're using a debit card. Now, when it comes to the interest-free credit period offered and also the level of protection offered on purchases, to be honest, there's not a huge amount of variation between the UK-based business credit cards available at the moment. However, where you do start to see a lot of variation is in the rewards and bonuses that the different credit card providers offer. And these tend to fall into two main categories. The first category are points-based credit cards, and the second category are cashback-based credit cards. Now, the way that points-based credit cards work is that you tend to get 1 point for every £1 that you spend. And then as those points build up, you can use those points to purchase really specific things. So for example, with Avios points, one point translates into about 1 pence or less that you can use to buy British Airways flights. However, you have to use those points, and you can only use those points to buy really specific things. And that's one of the cons, in my opinion, about points-based credit cards. The second type of credit card is a cashback credit card. And the way that these credit cards work is that you get a specific percentage cashback on all of your business spend. And that cashback can be used on anything you like. Okay, it's actually cash in your account that you can use on anything that you like. And in my opinion, that is why cashback credit cards are better than points credit cards. However, the issue with cashback credit cards is that there's actually very few available, and most of them available have quite low cashback percentages. So percentages of 0.25 or 0.5. And for those credit cards, it's better to go for a points credit card. But this is what I love about the Capital on Tap credit card. It is one of the only business credit cards in the UK to offer 1% uncapped cashback on all of your business spend. The only other cards that are available that offer this same level of 1% cashback is a Santander account, which is also a good option. However, you have to have a debit card with Santander first. So if you don't, that's not going to be an option. And the only other one that I know of is the Amex Platinum 1% cashback credit card. However, that has an annual fee of a few £100s. So that cancels out basically any money you're going to be making from your cashback. And the cool thing with the Capital on Tap credit card is that it's also completely free. Now, 1% cashback doesn't sound like a lot, but it really does add up. So for example, let's say your business spends £50,000 a year in business expenses. That works out at 1% at £500 cashback over the year. And the cool thing is that cashback is completely tax-free. So you can either use that £500 cashback to pay off your credit card balance, or you can just transfer it into your personal account and that can pay for flights and an Airbnb for a weekend away in Spain. So the cashback doesn't sound like a lot at 1%, but it really does add up. The second thing that I really like about the Capital on Tap credit card is specifically that it's not an Amex credit card. The issue with American Express is that because they charge merchants quite a high transaction fee, much higher than the other credit card providers, a lot of places just don't accept American Express. The cool thing about Capital on Tap is that it is a Visa credit card, which means that you're going to be able to use it for pretty much all of your business expenses. Now, there are some business expenses you're not going to be able to use it for, and I'll talk about that in a sec when I talk about some of the cons. But for 99% of your business expenses, you're going to be able to use your Capital on Tap credit card because it's a Visa card. The third thing that I really like about the Capital on Tap credit card is that it has free foreign exchange transactions. So if your business buys any services or goods from abroad, then you can actually use your Capital on Tap credit card to pay for those goods and services in different currencies, and you won't be charged any foreign exchange fees, and you will get a very decent exchange rate. So for me, it's really helpful because I sell my own branded products on Amazon, and I purchase those products from China in US dollars and from Europe in euros. And by using my Capital on Tap credit card for those purchases, I don't have to pay any FX fees. Compared to using a debit card, it saves me a huge amount of money annually, so it can be really helpful for that. The fourth and final reason why I love the Capital on Tap credit card is just its ease of use and the support offered. So I've been using HSBC and other high street banks for years, and their apps are just so dated. The Capital on Tap app compared is a really modern, easy to use app. It's just far better than some of the old school high street banks available in terms of the ease of use of the app. And also they have 24/7 support, UK-based support, both on mobile and on chat. And having UK-based support is a game changer. I've had a few issues that I've had to deal with, and their support has been really helpful. Being able to speak to someone based in the UK on the phone 24/7 is just far superior to any of the other support available with the other credit cards, in my opinion. So those are the pros, those are the things that I love about the Capital on Tap credit card. However, there are a few cons that you need to be aware of. So the first con is specific to Capital on Tap, and then there's a couple of cons which are just a bit more broader about business credit cards in general. So the first con is that there are no fancy bonuses that come with the Capital on Tap credit card. If you're going to go with a points credit card like some of the Amex credit cards or some of the high street bank credit cards, you tend to get some bonuses such as access to lounges at lounges at airports. Some credit cards offer phone insurance or travel insurance. With Capital on Tap, you don't get any of those fancy bonuses. You get the 1% cashback and that's it. So for you, you've got to really work out what's more important to you. For me, the most important thing is that I can actually get cash that I can use on anything. I can use to book a holiday. So for me, the 1% cashback is more important than any of those fancy bonuses, but obviously you need to work out what works best for you. The second con, or just general thing to be aware of when using any credit card, is that credit cards have much higher APRs or interest rates than a traditional business loan. So once you get over that 56 days after you've spent the money, if you can't pay back your balance, then you start to be charged with really high interest rates. And basically this can completely wipe out any money that you've earned from the points. So business credit cards are really great to use if you need to spend money now that you know that you're going to have in the very near future, and you're always going to be able to pay off your full balance. And a great way to avoid paying any fees is just set up a direct debit. So at the end of every month, a direct debit will come off your account to pay off the full balance. That's what I have set up, and I've never had to pay any fees with Capital on Tap or any credit card that I've used. And that's a perfect way to go about it. However, if your business needs a loan that you know you're not going to be able to pay off within 56 days, you need cash in the business for a longer period of time, then a business credit card is not going to be your best option. You're going to be better off getting a traditional business loan that's going to have lower interest rates. The third and final con to be aware of is that a credit card is different to a bank account. And I actually didn't really know this until I first started using credit cards, but there will be some business expenses that you can't actually use your credit card to pay for. So you can use your credit card to pay for any business expense where you can use a card to pay. However, if you're actually invoiced for something where you need to pay via bank transfer, you're not going to be able to use your credit card to pay for those business expenses, and you'll still need to use the debit card for those expenses. Okay guys, so hopefully I've summarized the pros and cons quite nicely for you there. If you're interested in getting a Capital on Tap credit card, I just want to end this video by showing you how you can get £75 completely free when you apply. So all you need to do to get the free £75 is go down and find the registration link in the description of this video. It'll take you to a page that looks something like this, and you should find that the discount offer code has automatically been entered here. If it hasn't, all you need to do is go back to the YouTube description, just copy and paste that discount code into this section, and then you need to just go through the application process. The application process takes about 5 minutes, and then you instantly get a decision by Capital on Tap. If they accept you, they'll tell you what your credit limit is, and then as soon as you spend £1 on the Capital on Tap credit card, that £75 will be automatically applied to your account. Okay guys, so I hope you found that video useful. If you have any questions at all about Capital on Tap, put them in the comments below and I'll do my best at answering them, and I'll see you in the next one.